Hi MathAS programmers. So now we're going to mess around with lists and arrays. And this one's complicated. So my philosophy is you only learn what you half already know. So follow me through on this, and then when we get to our next class, we'll play with it in more detail and I can answer any questions. To start with this, I created a new question, which really isn't going to be a question, it's going to be a playground. And it's practice with lists and arrays. And as always, I make it private, unassign it so it doesn't go anywhere. And down here, I want to be able to play with these. Lists and arrays are a way of storing information. So if I go over here, a list is one variable that holds a collection of items separated by commas. That's very general. It can be separated by anything that's consistent. If you get into the programming world, there's comma delimited lists, there's tab delimited lists. But basically, it's items that are separated by something consistently. So this right here, $x equals 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. That's a list. So I can come over here and I can do $x equals, and then do it in double quotes, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. So I have my list of prime numbers, I think, unless I mess something out. So we're not really doing anything here. So we'll do answer equals 42, because the answer to everything in the world is 42, right guys? So, what is the answer to everything? I can't type. Answer box. Okay, but let's go ahead and put $x down there, and let's see what it shows up as, $x. And if I do quick save and preview, I get 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. It printed out in my list. Cool. Now, but sometimes we need to be able to get to every single one of those. What if I want to get to the 7? Or what if I want to get to the 3? So I don't want just a collection of things, and I don't want to have to write code to search for it. So what I really want is I want something that's called an array. It's an array of items, or a collection of items. So an array is a variable, a type of, well, an array, I'm messing up, is basically a variable that points to an index collection of n items. So if I do $x equals array, so I specify that it's array, and I put them in there, this is the 0 element, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Arrays always start at 0 because this is the offset. All right, there's a computer term. So what you do is you point to where the stuff is in memory, and then you offset how many locations. So let's come over here and do $A. Let's do $A equals array. And then I do 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Okay, now let's try that. If I go down here and I do $A, let's see what it prints. So $x, it printed out pretty. $A, let's see what it does. So if I do quick save and preview, it says, hey, it's an array. So so if I want to be specific, what I do on this thing right here is this is in location 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are the different locations of where they exist. So what that allows me to do is down here I can do $A 0. That prints out the first one in the list. $A 5 will print out the last one in the list. Let's try that. So if I do quick save and preview, it printed out 2 and 13. So that's, gives us individual access. They provide all kinds of functionality for playing with this stuff, okay? So there's options to do. But generally, our randomizer deals with lists and it deals with arrays. And the one that really kind of makes it nice, let's go back to our help. And we're going to see we have all these right here, but let's go to our randomizers. So now we have non-zero diff rands. So let's go that one again because So what we'll do is we'll do $A equals, okay, non-zero difference from -9, comma 9, comma 5. Okay, and if I do that, 0 and 5, let's do quick save and preview. We get -1. And what's kind of interesting in this one is 5 doesn't exist. This holds from 0 to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, okay. I need to make this a 6. So if I do quick save and preview now, I get random numbers. I get -5, -6. But this now holds an array of items. Okay, not a list, but an array of items. And having that array of items means that we can get to them independently. So what can we do with that? Well, if I go back to my array macros, we can convert a list to an array. We can convert an array to a list. And that makes it easy for printing. This is easy for printing. This is easy for manipulating. So if I want to do this, let's do $AL equals array to list $A. So now down here, if I do $AL, which is list, and I do preview, then it does. There's -1, -3, -5, -8, 8, 4. Submit and regen, there's 2, 7, 8, -8, -9, 6. So what we can do is we can get a list of numbers and then we can access them independently. And we'll find out later on all the different advantages for that. So what's nice here is we have other functions. If we go here and we have the one that we use a lot is, where is it? I always miss it. Sort array. And sort array can sort a list or it can sort an array, but it always returns an array. So we have to be able to figure that one out. So what I want to do is I want to create a bunch of random numbers, okay? And then I want to sort it. So I do sort array, non-zero difference. Okay, so what this does is this generates 6 random numbers between -9 and 9 and then sorts them. And then what we can do is we can take them and convert them to a list to display. So if I click quick save and preview, let's take a look what we got. So we got -9, -6, -5, -4, -3, 1. Okay. If I do -7, -3, -2, 2, 3, 4. So this will give us a sequence.